Namaste, everyone.
Namaste. So this is the exercise demonstration for the broken back float for people who are in posture groups
8 and 7.
7 and 8. Yes, thank you. So originally I was thinking to just put groups 5 through 8 all together, but what I realized in doing the videos with folks is that there's a world of difference between somebody who feels pain and somebody who doesn't. So we still don't have a volunteer that's willing to get on the camera for someone who's in pain. So Iris has volunteered, and we've given her a broken leg.
What a wraparound pants.
That's right, so that she can help out with the part of the demonstration where you need 2 people. The rest I can handle. I broke my back twice. I remember very clearly what it's like to not be able to move. Okay, so yes, the first thing to do is to find some little trick to know whether you are centered, whether you found your center of balance and whether you're using it. It's a little known secret. If you have everything lined up just right, then it's actually less. You don't have to use any energy in order to stand. That's the secret. But it takes a bit of practice before you can really start to do that. So, all right. So let's give the test first. If you can stand sideways, facing me. There you go. Okay, that way they can see your side going. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so you're kind of standing a little bit funny right now because of that board on your leg, and that's perfect. No, don't fix it. Go back to the way you were. Yep. Okay. So that she was just standing normally, and she's doing what a lot of us do, right? When we have a sore spot, we just stand a little differently so that it's not so sore, right? In one way, this broken back float stuff is way easier for people in pain. You've already learned how to do some of it, I guarantee it. But the trouble is we tend to just transfer the pressure somewhere else and start abusing a different part of our body instead of doing something that actually relieves the pressure from everywhere, right? So, okay, sorry, too much talking for you. All right. So, yep, no, don't correct. Do it kind of awkward. Feather bounce thing, right? It's very hard, isn't it? Somebody presses on you very, very lightly. If you have to self-adjust like that, yeah, that was quite a jump. Then you're not in balance, right? If you have to adjust, or if you kind of feel stuck, if you're balanced properly and somebody pushes on you, you will automatically bounce right back. You won't even have to try; it will just happen. So let's fix your posture. So, okay, can you tell me? You remember what good posture is? Or we explain it to them.
Head.
You're on the spot, so it's kind of awkward, hey? Do you want me to take over?
Yeah.
Okay. It's more helpful, I think, if you start at the bottom. You want your heels under your hips. Yeah, your heels,
Under
knees,
your
hips,
shoulders.
So they're all lined up so that they're the exact same distance apart. Your shoulders kind of go back. Your tail kind of goes out. And then you can lift your chin. When you lift your chin, your field of vision will actually double. Now, in the beginning, for those with a very stiff neck, that's not going to happen, but it will. Given some practice, once your neck gets more flexible, you'll have much better vision. So, okay, she's having a hard time with this board already. Wow, we just finished a video where she kept yawning. It's like, what the heck? Are you just bored? She was actually struggling and in pain, right? She doesn't know what it's like to be in pain, but you know what this is like. Remember in the beginning when you first started having difficulties, it's like no matter what you're doing, it's a trial and it's hard and it's awkward and you keep fidgeting and trying to adjust because nothing wants to work. It's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to, you got your good posture on?
Yes.
Okay, let's give you a feather bounce now. Okay, it's a little slower because you got that big old board on your leg, but sure enough, you bounced right back. Oh, that one looked a little tippy. Oh, that was a bit much. You bounced forward again. Yep, the leg is still throwing her off, but because she's standing correctly, she is returning to center. That's all there is to it. The downside to this trick is that it's a two-person thing. So you might have to pester the people in your life a bit to come and push on you whenever you're curious as to whether Say you think you fixed your posture, have someone come push on you a little bit and see if you just bounce right back or if you get stuck. It's that simple.
Very, very easy.
Very, very easy. They don't need a huge education to help you out. And it's very, very hard to come up with a trick that lets you find that on your own without somebody's help. In this group, for group 7 and 8, you're pretty restricted. There's not a whole heck of a lot else to play with. At least not that I know of. So, I think that's it, madam. Thank you for helping out with the feather bounce.
Namaste.
Namaste. So, for everybody else here, what I want to show you now is how to actually do... Oh, I need the stick. You've got my stick. No, the clear one. The clear tube. Okay, so I guess we're just going to have to wait for her here. Oh, come on, you can run. Forget about the leg. It's not a real broken leg. Thank you. Okay, so for most people who are definitely experiencing pain, many of you have already found that having a little tool around really helps, right? I see a lot of people with leg injuries and back injuries, and they have something like a cane. And canes are deliberately made on the short side. Have you noticed? The walkers always get you to bend over. The canes always get you to hunch over to one side. Well, this might be relieving pain, but this is exactly the kind of correction that we're trying to get away from, right? All you're doing is finding a way to abuse different parts of your body, and it's not going to end well. However, first thing to do, if you really are attached to a cane, the first thing to do is get the proper height of cane. Obviously, I'm just using stuff I have lying around here, but the point is, as you can see, you don't even need to buy a fancy cane, okay? This is a map case, and this is a vacuum cleaner tube, right? All you need is something that's the right height. This one is a little higher. So if I try to use it like this, it becomes very awkward. It doesn't really work. I have to get a little farther away. The stick has to go farther. It can be done, but it gets awkward. However, if you can't see my feet. If you make your feet a triangle with your post, suddenly all the pressure goes off and you're lined up at the same time. This is a really big deal. And I'd like you to strongly consider that this stick, even when used properly at the correct height, is still stage 2. When I first broke my back, what I used to get around was something more like this. So this is just a 2x4. I used a stick. You don't want, this is too wide to grab, but this is all I had for the demonstration today, right? What you want is something taller. And it is good to have it taller than you are, because there's times that you are literally hanging onto it to move, right? If you have something that you can keep central to your core and still walk with it, just like you're getting on and off of a horse, right? This is skinny and simple and easy. You can use it like this if you want to, but again, you're going to find that it pulls you off. It might relieve pressure on a point, but it does not keep you centered. If you're really serious about it, especially if you're in a lot of pain, you need to start moving, you need to walk, but you need to find a way to do it that is absolutely lined up. And these tools are worth their weight in gold. So, how exactly is that accomplished? There are 2 secrets to the broken back float. The first one, of course, is using the posture, right? Heels, knees, hips, shoulders lined up. Shoulders go back, tails go out, chin goes up, right? For you, just standing here like this is going to be a relief, right up until it feels like it's just too much to stand, period, in which case you can absolutely use your tool, right? But for this demonstration here, you can't really have a tool in the way. The secret to moving around with this posture is to be a puppet. It's very simple. You're allowed to bend all of your joints as far as they go, right? But the one thing you never, ever do is bend your back. No matter what you do, if I want to bend forward, my knees have to bend, not my back. Everything can bend because they're basically all hinge joints, just like your elbow, right? But your back is not, all right? So if you're trying to heal your back, you want to keep it in the posture it recognizes as perfectly lined up, no matter what. You don't want to use it to do crazy stuff yet. It can't handle that yet. It might seem restrictive to walk around like this, but what people don't realize is that the reason ballerinas walk like this is not because they're super talented and muscular. It's because that's what makes it easiest. The only way they can do that crazy jumpy stuff is by keeping this stick person posture. It works very well. You would be amazed at how much more flexible you're going to be when you stop bending your back. So that's secret number one. Keep the stick person. Number two, of course, is ever wiggle, never force. You know, we are raised to basically stand back and follow instructions, right? And when you're asked to do something, you just do it. If you're going to go grab something, you just grab it, right? What we want to start doing is to explore the world like a baby again. You don't just grab the coffee cup or the stick, right? You feel your way. It's like you're asking permission without words. Is it okay? It goes slower and a lot more mindful. If you're in groups 7 and 8, I guarantee you've already started to do this. It's just kind of automatic because when you're in pain, you want to not be in pain, and you notice that when you're not so forceful, it feels better, right? So again, the secret for you is not so much to listen to your body. That's going to be easier. It's just to pay attention to starting to move around in this floating kind of way. And to remember not to just abuse a different body part instead. It really does work. I mean, when I first broke my back, one of the first challenging things I had to do, I was going to lose my job over this. I couldn't move, right? They gave me a desk job, but it was at the top of a flight of stairs. I was actually able to learn how to ghost up those stairs. I did have to get a little bit of speed going, and that took a bit of practice. I had to get really good at floating across the room very slowly. And then once I got better at that, I was able to get a little faster so that I could take a few steps, just like that, and actually get up a bit of speed before I would just push right up the steps. Nobody believed that was even possible. It was kind of a funny story because you're not supposed to be able to do stuff like that. But I did. The broken back float will allow you to move in the way the canes will not. So that's really about it. This is a new way of moving that you can practice no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. And, if it feels like too much at the moment, okay. But keep going back to it, keep trying it, and you will notice that your pain absolutely, like in the very beginning when I was in a lot of pain, it didn't take my pain away. It wasn't that good, but at least it was a way that I could move where the pain did not increase when I moved. That's its own kind of blessing in the beginning, right? So, I can't really think of anything else to add here, and I could go on and on forever, right? Just slow down, take a breath. Remember that you don't have to be limber and flexible in order to stand correctly. It's actually easier for you to stand correctly when things are out, because then your body's going to be really, really clear about telling you what works and what does not. So, when you are ready to start supporting your newfound habit, I will meet you in the Fix Your Furniture videos. Until then, if you're taking this course for credit, don't forget to send me a video of you doing the broken back float. Namaste.